done before in Israel. Other nations probably did it, but this is done in Israel. Okay, come on, prophet.
What things I saw concerning the 7 spirits of deceit when I repented. When repented, 7 spirits therefore are appointed against man. He's telling you. And they are the leaders in the works of youth. And 7 other spirits are given to him at his creation, that through them should be done every work of man. The first is the spirit of life, with which the constitution of man is created. The second is a sense of sight, with which ariseth desire. The third is the sense of hearing, and with which cometh teaching. The fourth is the sense of smell, with which tastes are given, to draw air and breathe. The fifth is the power of speech, with which cometh knowledge. The sixth is the sense of taste, with which cometh the eating of meats and drinks, and by it strength is produced. For in food is the foundation of strength.
So in food is the foundation of strength. And Reuben saying these are spirits that man has according to his creation. Okay? Come on.
The seventh is the power of procreation.
The power of procreation. That's a power. Go ahead, prophet.
And sexual intercourse, with which through love of pleasure sin enters in. Wherefore it is the last in order of creation, and the first in that of youth, because it is filled with ignorance, and leadeth the youth as a blind man to a pit, and as a beast to a precipice. That's interesting. He's telling you, but see, if you look at our society today, you'll recognize how the adversary is preying on our young people to embark upon sexual sin, to become confused, pedophilia, molestation, introducing them into sex, giving them birth control at 15 in high school, where he clearly tells you because it is filled with ignorance. And the first in that of youth, because it is filled with ignorance, and leadeth the youth as a blind man to a pit, and as a beast to the precipice.
You see how this has value in today's society? It has value.
Just like you talked about, we know who our enemies. We can see the enemy in that too, especially today.
Come on, prophet. Where you at?
Besides, I'm at 3. Okay. Besides all these, there is an 8th spirit of sleep, with which is brought about the trace of nature and the image of death. With these spirits are mingled the spirits of error. First, the spirit of fornication is seated in the nature and in the senses. The second, the spirit of insatiableness in the belly. The third, the spirit of fighting in the liver and gall. The fourth is the spirit of obsequiousness and chicanery. Chicanery, y'all up to tricks. That through officious attention one may be fair in seeming. The fifth is the spirit of pride, that one may be boastful and arrogant. The sixth is the spirit of lying, in perdition and jealousy, to practice deceits and concealments from kindred and friends. The seventh is the spirit of injustice, with which are thefts and acts of rapacity, that a man may fulfill the desire of his hearts. For injustice worketh together with the other spirits by the taking of gifts. And with all these the spirit of sleep is joined, which is that of error and fantasy. Wow. And so perisheth every young man, darkening his mind from the truth, and not understanding the law of the Most High God, nor obeying the admonitions of his fathers, as befell me also in my youth. So basically he's saying he knew, he was taught at an early age what to do. He was taught the law. He understood adultery. He understood what fornication was. He knew what to do, but he was blinded, much like we find our young people. We call it, oh, they're just being teenagers. We gotta have to bind those spirits up. He didn't have to do that.
And we have to be ever so diligently protecting our youth. We have to ever so more be praying for them, guarding them, watching over them. Fathers, leaders. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
As fathers, because that's right. That's another example. If it were not for his dad praying for him, the Most High would he have not had mercy on him?
He probably would. Yeah, he probably would have took him out.
But so many our fathers, the attention of the father is needed not just for the men.
Right.
It's needed for the women as well, for the girls, their daughters as well. The father covers the home. He doesn't cover just a specific sex.
Con.
So the seventh, so where we need the eighth. And with all these spirits of sleep is joined with, which is that of error and fantasy. And so again, error and fantasy today, if you see today, the replication of that is video games.
Come on, Prophet.
And so perisheth every young man, darkening his mind from the truth, and not understanding the law of the Most High God, nor obeying the admonitions of his fathers, as befell me also in my youth. And now, my children, love the truth.
Love the what?
Love the truth.
Love the truth.
And it will preserve you.
And it will preserve you.
Hear ye the words of Reuben your father. Pay no heed to the face of a woman, nor associate with another man's wife.
Now this is a warning. He's trying to guard his children. Come on.
Nor associate with another man's wife, nor meddle with affairs of womankind. For had I not seen Bilhah bathing in a covered place, I had not fallen into this great iniquity. For my mind, taking in the thought of the woman's nakedness, suffered me not to sleep until I had wrought the abominable thing.
Iniquity gave birth to that sin. He thought about it, he slept on it, and he went out and did it after it.
Did he see it on the TV?
He saw it with his eyes.
And so now if you see it with your eyes with a TV that's showing all the time on billboards everywhere, are we not living in a saturated world?
You have to guard your spirit, because we know the spirits portray out of the TV, out of the vision of things that portray those images. We have to guard our eyes. We have to guard our hearts, guard our minds. Cast down every imagination that exalts itself against the knowledge of the Most High God. Cast it down, because if you don't, it will plant a seed of iniquity in you and cause you to sin against the Most High.
We need to take a moment just to pray for the seed that's already been implanted, because our, not just male, female imaginations have been seared. We see this all over the place. We see it everywhere. He's telling us what will happen. Seed is already done.
Prophet. This is for male
and female. Yeah. For while Jacob, our father, had gone to Isaac, his father, when we were in Eder, near the Ephrath in Bethlehem, that's what we read in Genesis, Bilhah became drunk and was asleep uncovered in her chamber. Having therefore gone in and beheld nakedness.
Now this is more expounded. He's telling more in detail of what happened. Come on.
Having gone in and beheld nakedness, I wrought the impiety without her, perceiving it. Wow. He's basically raped her. That's what we would call that. I wrought the impiety without her, perceiving it, and leaving her sleeping, I departed. And forthwith an angel of the Most High God revealed to my father concerning my impiety, and he came and mourned over me and touched her no more.
So an angel told Jacob what
happened?
Reuben did, and Jacob came and mourned over Reuben and said, look, man.
Because not only did he tell him what he did, with the angel came, he came with all the message. Okay, this is what he did, and this is what's getting ready to happen to him. I'm sure he told him what was going to befall him. I pay no heed, therefore my
Okay.
Pay no heed, therefore, my children, to the beauty of women, nor set your mind on their affairs, but walk in singleness of heart in the fear of the Most High God, and expend labor on good works, and on study, and on your flocks, until the Most High give you a wife.
Until he give you a wife.
Whom he will, that ye suffer not as I did. For until my father's death, I had not boldness to look in his face, or to speak to any of my brethren, because of the reproach. Even until now, my conscience causes me anguish on account of my impiety. And yet my father comforted me and prayed for me until the Most High, that the anger of the Most High might pass from me, even as the Most High showed. And thenceforth until now, I have been on my guard and sinned not.
Now, hold it there, Papa. I love how Reuben is repentive and how he's telling you the anguish and the shame he brought on his family. We used to have that as a nation of people. Now we got people that's doing anything and smile in your face.
And don't care about. See,
and don't care.
Thing. They have put in a mindset to separate. That when you get a certain age, specifically around teenage, that they need to pull away from the family, and so therefore there is no respect for the family. Right. So you dress any kind of way, not realizing that you're disgracing your family. We don't have that anymore. It's my life. I can do, that's what they say. That's what they have you believing in this world.
You know what? Go back to how the forefathers wanted us to act as a people. All right, keep going, Prophet. Where you at?
I'm at 5. So I have been on my guard and sin not. Therefore, my children, I say unto you, observe all these things whatsoever I command you, and ye shall not sin. For a pit unto the soul is the sin of fornication.
It sure is.
Wow. Separating it from the Most High God and bringing it near to idols, because it deceives the mind and understanding and leadeth young men into Hades. Straight to hell before their time.
We have witnessed a lot of young men, what we would say, they died before their time.
And they went straight to hell. He's telling you where they went. They went to hell.
The scripture said, the patriarch know, you know what I'm saying? And we pray that everyone is, redeemed, but the scriptures is the scriptures.
It is.
He said what?
And leadeth, he says, because it deceives the mind and understanding.
Fornication.
Fornication, separating it from the Most High God and bringing it near to idols, because it deceiveth the mind and understanding and leadeth young men into Hades before their time. For many hath fornication destroyed, because though a man be old or noble or rich or poor, he bringeth reproach upon himself with the sons of men and derision with Belair, meaning that's the isn't that Satan?
Exactly.
For ye heard regarding Joseph how he guarded himself from a woman. I was just talking about that last night.
Yeah, he gonna bring up a joke. Go ahead.
You heard regarding Joseph how he guarded himself from a woman and purged his thoughts from all fornication and found favor in the sight of the Most High God and men.
And brothers, that's what we got to do, man. Even a single man, you got to watch yourself.
Now we understand the destruction.
You understand it. Purge your thoughts continually. Understand this is a battle, an everyday battle. We have to be on guard. We have to put up the armor of faith on us. The shield of faith, the sword of truth. We have to walk in the righteousness of the Most High. Okay? Come on.
Yeah, and it says it deceives the mind of understanding. So that means, behind what you're saying, just to encourage what you're saying, Elder, absolutely right. You're a man, you understand. But this world has made it normal. Normal, and it's offered fake bragging rights.
Right.
So it's deceiving the mind and the understanding of men to think that you should carry yourself that way.
Right. And, it's a lie. Look, man, I had 8 women. I had 6 women. That's nothing to brag about. That's nothing to brag. You need to be repentant.
Yeah. And
you're right, Prophet Beliar. That's Satan.
Yeah.
Come on.
For the Egyptian woman did many things unto him and summoned magicians and offered him love potions.
The Egyptian woman did what?
The Egyptian woman did many things to him.
To Joseph.
And summoned magicians and offered him love potions.
She was a witch.
But the purpose of his soul admitted no evil desire. Therefore, the Most High God of your fathers delivered him from every evil and hidden death. For if fornication overcomes not your mind, neither can the adversary overcome you.
Good stuff, Ruby. Keep going, Prophet. Where we at?
5. For evil are women That's bad. That's messed up. For evil are women, my children, and since they have no power or strength over man, they use wiles by outward attractions, that they may draw him to themselves.
Now, this is women that's simply set up to deceive men and cause confusion and get people to fornicate. Whatever.
They're going to draw you to any kind of sexual promiscuity. That's what he's talking about.
Exactly.
Whores, they're called. Identify. We'll bring it up to the vernacular of today.
Okay.
And whom they cannot bewitch by outward attractions, him they